welcome to my channel. Well, this is going to be an unboxing of the i3e EOS and then a little heads up on flashlights and stuff that I've got recently. No knives in this one, so it's basically just going to be flashlights for those of you that were looking for knives. Sorry. There are knives in the background. Here's a knife. There. Anyways, I've got a lot of Olights, and usually I open them up, by pulling this tab. Tab doesn't always work. Oh yeah, we can use a knife here. All right, let's use a K-bar. All right, you don't really need a knife to do this. You go through the back door here, and you can open your box without damaging it. I just get up underneath there and just lift each tab up a little bit, trying not to tear it. It's kind of origamied in there. You see that? Pop. This way your box just doesn't have this tab sticking up and stay unclosed all the time. You can fold this back up again if you want. Pro tip. You're getting some pro tips here. Alright. What I'm curious about this one is to see if it'll run a 1410440 or a NiCad, because some of these i3s will not. There's your little manual, and here's your basic run times with an alkaline battery. 90 lumens for 45 minutes. Boom. One mode, on or off. Alright, quit fiddling around here. Pull this little thing apart and remove that little tablet. I like how they lined this up and everything. They are decorative lights, put it this way. I don't normally run a 10440 in these because they are so small. If you take the same flashlight, the same battery, and you put it in a bigger case to dissipate the heat a little bit better, this one's running a 10440 in it. So let's see. Yeah, this one will. I still haven't figured it out, man. This is really weird. It's got to be something electronics, but I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know why some of these will work with this and some won't. It only seems to be these i3Es. I haven't seen any i3T that, I don't have a lot of those, but nothing. Nothing. I got another nothing one. That's weird. That's really odd. Alright, let's try a 1.2 NiCad. I found out with the other ones if it won't run a 10440, which is understandable. It's not necessarily what you want to run because it's too high of a voltage. They also won't run a 1.2 volt NiCad. So let's see. Yep. Nothing. So that is an issue to me, because you may want to run NiCads. I can see not run these because they're not rated for it. 3.7 volt. It specifically tells you don't do that, in the manual. Don't run those in there. But it doesn't say don't run NiCad. So they've got an issue. I say they've got an issue. Olight has an issue, which I wish they would figure out, because I am not an engineer. I mean, I worked in electronics, but to me, if this thing will work on a 1.5 volt battery. Let's take the head. Let me go get a replacement one. All right, we got the zombie body, which will run a NiCad. So let's leave the NiCad in here. And let's put this blue head on there. Electronically, this shouldn't work here. I can understand if it wasn't working. Boom, works. Which means it'll run a 10440 also. Now, I have been in electronics for a long time, so maybe things have changed, but you know, all you're talking about is running the voltage through the body up to here. That's a conductor, right? Aluminum. It doesn't matter if it's anodized down there or not. It shouldn't make any difference. If it'll conduct 1.5 volts, it should conduct 1.2 or 3.7. And yet, yeah, it'll run. It'll run either one of those, but it won't run alkaline. This is I mean, when they eventually explain it, it might be a simple explanation, but for right now, for me, it's got me stumped. Why these batteries, you know, why these flashlights will work with this? It's not the length. It's not the length of the battery. These are the same. They're making contact. You screw it all the way down. I could put a little bit more piece of aluminum foil in here to give it more of a gap, but just a quick check. Let's see where would it go to. Right there to the bottom of the E. I'm not compressing the spring. I'm just sitting in here. I'm not just trying to figure it out. Yeah, look. It's the same. They're the same. Shouldn't make any difference. And yet, you put a NiCad in here, or nickel metal hydride, and it won't work at all. No light put whatsoever. Same kind of aluminum. It should be. Same kind of aluminum. The resistance can't be that much difference. Even if it was painted, electricity is going to go through the path of least resistance. So it won't even try to go to the outside of the body if it can run through the center of the aluminum. I don't know. Anyway, yeah. I got enough pains. I don't need to add brain pain with it. Anyways, just be aware, not all of your i3 EOSs are going to be able to take 1.2 volt or a 3.7 volt. And is there a way to find out and a way to tell? No, other than trying it. There's no way to know unless you try it. Because I've seen comments where somebody has gotten a zombie one and it won't work with these. But the Christmas one will. And mine is opposite. The Christmas one is just like this new one here. This guy will only run 1.5. So, yeah, the mystery continues. Anyways, that's my main update right there, just to show you how to open those boxes up. If you do get one of these and you're curious, try to drop a 1.2 in there. And then you don't have to necessarily go out and buy these, but if you have them, this is a good test right here, and it won't damage your light or anything because, you know, it's 1.2 volts instead of 1.5. So if anything, it's going to underpower it instead of overpower it. This I could see how you might not want to drop one of those over there because this is kind of like turboing it. But man, I'm telling you, when you got that makes a very usable low and then a crazy high. This high beam right here is as good as the i5R, better than the i5R EOS. This one runs at 2.4 volts. And it's a AA size battery. And this little guy right here is just a little AAA, or, you know, lithium AAA equivalent, but running at a higher voltage. So, yeah. One of the reasons why I like Olight and everything, I've got a lot of them, but I'm switching away to different types of flashlights because you don't have proprietary batteries. Yeah, you don't have magnetic I like the magnetic charging. That is not a requirement, proprietary batteries for magnetic charging, because, well, it is in their charging thing, but with the Baton 2, which is basically the same light as this, they switched the head around and you could drop another 18650 in there. It just wouldn't charge. With the new ones now, they're making it where you just have to have their proprietary batteries, which are a lot more expensive than a regular 18650. So I don't like that. That's a no-no to me. I like the machining. I like the way they look. I like the engineering and all this other stuff. They have been using lower CRI emitters. That's color rendition index. If you look at it, most of these cheaper ones are running like a CRI of 90. 90 is closer to the actual colors you would see. I'll try to put a picture up of it here, but you can tell 70 CRI is going to give you a very washed out, like somebody put too much contrast in the picture or whatever. And then 90 is going to be more like what you would normally see. What does this make a difference for? If you're working on wiring and stuff or anything like that where you need to have an accurate color rendition, this could wash out colors and make it not easy to identify. I mean, that's just one thing. But anyway, yeah, so another light that I got was a Sofirn. And this is a headlamp, but what's cool about it is it comes with a little tube that allows you to shorten it. So you basically have something like one of these, but instead of being like a 16 size battery, this is an 18. And it just uses these little short, I mean, you have to get, they don't come with the battery, but it comes with the tube. But you get these little short batteries and put it in there. And then you've got basically a light that you can interchange. You can also take this tube, since Sofirn and Workhorse, I think Sofirn is an OEM for Workhorse. You can take this tail cap off and this right here off, like Legos, and put this one on. And then one of the little batteries, which I gotta dig out of here. Oh, I've already digged it out, I just haven't opened it up. The thing about having non-proprietary batteries is, if your thing runs out of a charge, you can drop in another battery. With an Olight, unless you're carrying another proprietary battery, you're going to need a power bank, or you're going to need an outlet to charge it up. You're not going to be able to carry a spare. This is not a tail light operating flashlight. This is a little spotlight guy. And then you change the modes through this. But yeah, isn't that cool? So then you can shorten that guy up. I could put, you know, like the purple body here on this guy. Oh yeah, he's got a magnetic tail cap too. So yeah, just playing around with, I'm not going to go super crazy. I've already gone crazy enough with flashlights. I'm going to get back into knives. I still, you know, I'm doing knives and stuff. It's just this little side thing of flashlights that I was getting into. All right, let's put it this way, because it has a battery orientation, or does it? I don't remember. I like it carrying it head up, so, or no, yeah, head down. What am I doing? You're going crazy. You had it right, and you just didn't know it. Sorry for all this. You can fast forward, you can skip, you can do all that other stuff. Oh yeah, there's the battery indicator thing right there. I always like to check and make sure I got it right. All right, there. So, yeah, that's how I go. There's your heads up on that. The Sulfuran uses you basically almost have to disassemble this thing to get it in there. You can't have the clip on it either, the pocket clip. It's a little bit heavier running an 18650 instead of an 18350. So you get same voltage, but you get just basically about half the runtime or so of it. But a lot of times, I don't need this big of a light. I don't need the weight and everything. This will also fit with the little short tube in the Olight headlamp. I don't have that headband with me. And I've been running this guy a lot, which, yeah, this band is much more flimsy than the Olight one. I actually put a hole through it, putting this in by mistake, you know. Oh, crap. So yeah, they're not quite as durable. They're probably pretty cheap to replace though. But this is a pretty good little headlamp. I hardly ever know that I've got it on my head until I need a light. And then the advantage to a headlamp is wherever your head is turning, you can do it, or you can orient it up or down. You can have it aiming up for like area light, or you can have it aiming down when you're working on something, which is a lot of times what I'm using it for. So there you go. There's just a few little things, and still the mystery continues with Olight and why some of these flashlights work with let's get a closer look at this guy. I don't know if they were would have been cool. They left this one basically like aluminum. I mean, no, they actually put like silver in there, or did they? I don't know if that's just milled out or if it's inlaid with a color. They could have done it up here too if they wanted to, but anyways, yeah, these are decent little lights. It was a freebie. I didn't get anything else. I was thinking about getting the Baton 3 Pro Max and everything, but I decided, no, I don't need to spend that much money on another flashlight that's just basically got a bigger capacity. I'm not using this one as much, so why would I need a bigger capacity? And yeah, I can't afford to buy a bunch of expensive flashlights. Like this guy right here, he was only like $30-something. This Sulfuran was like $25 or so, and you can get them for around that. So support your flashlight habit. A cheaper way to support your flashlight habit. All right, there you go. Thank you for putting up with this long one. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day.